Okay, that. Okay, so well have played the game before. I don't remember how far I really got into it. I do recall reaching the point in the game that references a previous game, but not that part. Also, I made a slight adjustment to the pitch for Riddle because that was off the mark. Thank you for the raid, Overlord Daisy. Thank you for the follow, Johnny Teen something. Oh, you got into Fortnite too, AZ. Who were you playing with? What are you doing, dudes? In the zero build mode. Nice. I found it fun, but it really wants you to buy things. I have never played the original mode. Only played it last week. I like to grab the tank and just run through buildings with it, haha. Lady, you're finally awake. If you're looking for your friends, they're outside. Lady, did you get a good night's rest? You can go outside through that door. Go say hey to your friends. Yeah, that's what I was doing earlier in Fortnite. Just running through buildings and blowing them up with the tank. Kidoi, Sergia finally woke up, eh? Kid, give your thanks to Korcha. He's the one that saved you after we fell off the cliff. And villager, looks like you're in good shape. My name's Korcha. I work as a ferret around the Termina area. You're in a small village called Guldove, a little west of Termina. I was on my way here when I saw you guys in trouble, so I just picked you up and brought you back with me. Kid, but geez, here's that she was. How could you get knocked out from such a short fall? Kid, as for me, little Grace, like this ain't gonna knock me down. Porche, oh man, she's burning up. There's a clinic in this village. We should take her there. Come on, I need your help. Doctor, it seems the patient has been poisoned with hydrovenom. I would say the most she has to live is about 2 days. If we had some Hydra here, we would be able to neutralize the poison. Portia Doc, if we find the Hydra humor, we can save this girl. Yes, but that impossible now. Hydras are now extinct on Alnita. Portia, what do you mean? Extinct? What going on? Doc, Hydras are very rare and valuable creatures. Doc, the blood bones, meat every part is valuable. It's considered to be epinacia for various illnesses. That is the reason Hydras were hunted to extinction in Alnita. As a result, A whole species has been made extinct, and all just to make a quick fortune. Lena, is there no way to find this humor? If we could cross the sea to the inland, there might be a chance, right? Doc, that is not possible. The currents of El Nido were extremely dangerous this time of year. It would be futile to try to cross the sea unless you were on a large vessel. Doc, even if you manage to get there, your chances of finding Hydra humor are bleak. We do not have much time. Doctor. Korcha, hey Doc, where are you going? Nothing been resolved yet. Doc, excuse me, I need to be alone for a while. Lena, Serge, what are we going to do? Kid is going to die if we leave her like this. Korcha, is this some kind of joke? Wait right here. I'll go get the doctor back. Ooh. Korcha, who the heck are you? What's this? Non-apologies for bumping into Moy. La la. Don't you know any manners? Harl Hehaya, she is down for the count, just as I thought. Harl, Sergeant, and I, don't we just leave her be? Korcha, who are you, and what's with that strange costume? Harl's tear, I have no business with no chicken hawk. I'm having a conversation with Serge. You're bothering Wa, so keep your mouth shut. Why, you Korcha, ain't gonna let you barge into this room and get away with all the stuff you said. You've made me mad. I'll show you some manners. I'm not gonna cut you any slack just because you're a girl. Harl, tree if you dare. I am not so weak as Toad caught by a chicken hawk. Korcha, hey, you got some nerve. You're gonna regret it, Charge. Ups. Korcha, damn it, where'd she go? Hehehe. You're amusing. Harl, aha. Such a simpleton. It's so much fun playing jokes on you. I was only here to see how she was doing, but I had fun while I was at it. Harl, so long, Sir Jabberfor, mon ami. Please dream of more every night always. Korcha says she's a loon. What her deal? I just don't get it. and we're going to keep saying Harley. Could you, Serge, or are all of your friends like that? Kid, oh Serge. Korcha, come on, go talk to her. Kid, Serge, I'll leave this with you. It's my favorite amulet. Serge received Astral Amulet. Kid, remember what the Prophet said, Serge. Where did it all start? Where no angels lost their way? Try to remember, Serge. Kid, I'm feeling a bit tired. I'm gonna rest up for a while. Korcha, you heard what the doc said. There are no more Hydras in this world. On top of that, there's no way to get to the mainland, and El Nido isn't that small a place. Are you gonna take a 1 in a million chance to search for this thing? Just to save a girl you barely even know? So this is an important decision. You can either try or do not try. If you don't try, you lose her for the rest of the game. But you can recruit different characters. Whereas if you do try, the characters you can recruit are different. There are 45 characters that you can party with. And you need to play the game 3 times to get all of them. But since I've not finished it even once yet, it really doesn't matter what I do on the first run. Korcha, alrighty then. I'll come along with ya. Korcha, by the way, do you even have a clue where to start looking? Korcha, hey, do you? Portraits, is that what I thought? Where in the world shall we start? Korcha, all we have left is that girl's amulet. Damn, what are we gonna do? If only we had some kind of clue. Maybe you should go see a shaman. The shaman might be able to give you some clues from that amulet. Korcha, is that right? The shaman. Lena, a shaman. That's an unfamiliar word. Korcha, the shaman inherits the power of the dragon god and governs the village. They're like a mayor or chief. The shaman might know something, although I can't say for sure. It's worth a try. Just about duplicated that line again. Korcha, we'll continue this outside. Let's decide what to do with the boat. Huh? Korcha, oh, you're Luna from Mill's place. What? Oh, hey. Korcha, that Mel, what is she up to? Korcha, what's up? It's just a cat. Strange guy, come on. Let's get going. Korcha, we need to get going as soon as possible, but you probably need to equip yourselves, right? I'll be waiting here. Call me you're ready to go. We haven't got much time, so hurry. Korcha, we need to get going as soon as possible, but you probably need to equip yourselves, right? I'll be waiting here. Call me when you're ready to go. We haven't got much time, so hurry. Korcha, if you need to see the shaman, go down this way. Take the ladder to the second floor of the merchant tower and go left. There's a tower called the Dragon Shrine. Compared to Termina, this is a small village, so you shouldn't have any problems finding your way. Welcome, traveler. I will trade you materials for your extra elements. Trade thanks, maybe later. Good sirs, your traveler's right. Although I hesitate to do so, I have a favor to ask of you. I received this bone from a bird. I would like you to set it adrift in the seas. I'm sure its real owner would like to have it returned to nature. Why, thank you. Here it is. Please take good care of it. Search received pelvic bone. Yeah, you need guts to get through life. Yeah, that's right. My favorite dish is Stermina's famous squid gut pasta. Equipment is essential to protect yourself from danger. At times like this when you need the latest goods. I'm still just an apprentice smith, but my passion for work is gold and upgrade equipment not new. Thanks, a bunch stopped by again. Let me rest a little bit. Even though I might look strong, I only have the strength of an average human. The demi-humans in this village get along with humans, but many others of our kind still hold a grudge against humans. Those that were driven off the mainland gathered to build the village of Marbule. It's on the Bichesland way down southeast of here. Sorry to be abrupt, but have you ever come across a shiny material? Shiny material. I've seen one. Elements are common items nowadays, but they're a special kind called summon elements. This kind releases awesome power based on one of the 6 attributes. Shiny material is a mysterious byproduct of this phenomenon. This material is an essential item for craftsmen to forge advanced weapons, armor, and accessories. Still, everything depends on the skill of the craftsman. The population is lower compared to the Pestilled customs might fade away with time. We're a small village, but we have some rare elements you won't find in bigger towns. Let me take a look maybe next time. Thank you very much. Please be careful when traveling the seas. Have a safe voyage. Far off in the eastern Alnidosia, there is a village, Marbule, homeland to us demi-humans, but my friends, they're hate. Humans. As a man of the sea, you gotta be on your toes whether you're on land or manning the ship. Always pay close attention to me element placement. You have to think about terrain and attribute to conditions, so it's pretty complicated. As a man of the sea, you gotta be on your toes whether you're on land or manning the ship. I always pay close attention to me element placement too if I don't think about terrain and attribute to conditions, so it's pretty complicated. This is the residential tower. Fortunate. Oh, hi there. There isn't much here, but feel right at home. To the north of this village lies Earth Dragon Isle, which we locals call the land where the dragon sleeps. Until a few years ago, the surface was covered with sand, but somehow, the sand disappeared completely overnight. Now, what? Don't you bother me, I've got to concentrate and concentrate. You're new around here, right? Do you know what these wires are for? Before teaching you, I'll need that 5 IQ. You paid 5 IQ. Okay, here goes with a quick rundown of the whole gadget. This wire connects to the docks. There's also a second wire connected to the shrine. Basically, it's a shortcut of the docks. You can get there a lot faster than walking, plus it feels great. Well, the only problem is that you can't come back the same way. You can't defy gravity, you know. Opportunists everywhere. This is the Dragon Shrine residence of our Chief Shaman, Diarrhea. Be sure to act courteously on the premises. Shrine Maiden, welcome to the Dragon Shrine. I am Stina, a shaman-serving village chief and High Priestess Diarrhea. I presume that you have come to this shrine seeking assistance. Please don't hesitate to ask Chief Diarrhea for guidance. Diarrhea, you have a young yet gentle heir. An odd wind swirls around you. I have heard that such wind bearers appear at times, but... Diarrhea, do you speak the truth that you are already dead in this world? Diarrhea, I see so that why you have an odd air about you. As for a way to return to your original world, I do not know. But there are always reasons why such phenomena occur. Diarrhea, the land of Genesis. Your only key may lie there. The key that connects your world to this one. It is, shall we say, a dimensional distortion of sorts. Stina, if events in your world are different from events here, it may be possible to save the girl stricken by the Hydra poison. That is if the extinct Hydra still exists in your world. Diarrhea, one must choose one's own path, but as one is human and one will sometimes become lost. I pray that your journey will be blessed by the guidance of these 6 great dragon gods. Dino El Nido has long been called the land where the dragons sleep. There are islands named after dragons and numerous Dragonian ruins and artifacts. You may have encountered some of these already. The most famous are the islands of the Sky Dragon, the Earth Dragon, and the Water Dragon, and the ancient ruin Fort Dragonia that lies to the east. Of the many Dragonian ruins, Fort Dragonia is one of the few that is still fully functional. Diarrhea. The key to activate this ruin is the Dragon Tear. It was given to our ancestors by the extinct Dragonians as a symbol of our friendship. It has been passed down through successive shamans, but it was stolen and taken away from Goldov by an unknown interloper. Their intent is unknown, but if they plan to activate the ancient ruin, a great disaster shall come about. Dara or people have been searching for it, but have found no trace of it. Say, hey, have you ever heard of these 6 dragons? In this world, there's supposedly 6 dragon gods. The 6 great dragons descend from the heavens to seal away evil and promise eternal prosperity across the land. This is part of an oath that's been passed down in El Nido for a long time. I wonder what they look like. You paid Twog. Hey, thank you, sir. Well, please become the wind. A1 and a 2K stand by. Courtshare, are you ready to go? Not yet ready anytime. Porchine, are you really sure? Don't you dare tell me you want to come back later. Think about it really carefully. Are you positively sure? I'm really sorry, just a little longing. Korcha, alright, we're off. All of you get in the boat. Who said you could dock that thing there? Get the thing out of here right now. Who said you could dock that thing there? Get that thing out of here right now. Korcha, hey, don't be such a hard head. It's not like we're robbing from anyone. Besides, nobody else is docking here, right? That's not the point. What I'm trying to say... Korcha, here, keep it. You can't bribe me with some. But the delicious scent and the subtle texture. This must be the famous rare drink of the Dragonian's Dragon Glory. The delicious scent and the subtle texture. This must be the famous rare drink of the Dragonian's Dragon's Glory. Korch. I thought this might happen, so I snagged some from Mama's kitchen. Alright. I'll give you special permission this time. But next time, I might not go so easy on you. When that happens. Korcha, don't worry. I'll get some more for you. Very well. Hey, pretty quick for a kid. Korcha, if you don't hurry, that girl gonna die. You guys can't do this alone. Why don't you let me come along? Korcha, if you don't hurry, that girl's gonna die. You guys can't do this alone. Why don't you let me come along? Korcha temporarily joined your party. Sounds Nicky was snooping around Viper Manor. He won't tell us why, but something really shocked him. You're Nicky's friends, right? You can pass. Nicky, swing by any time. I'll play you my coolest ballad next time. We're very sorry, but the event has been postponed indefinitely due to the manor break-in. Please go to the ticket booth for a refund. Court House, is this the place? At just Trowbridge Beach. Pashal, hey, Sergipu, what do we do now? Korcha, what the heck is this thing? I'm not really used to supernatural stuff. Korcha, what the heck is this thing? I'm not really used to supernatural stuff. I see what I did. So I, of course, didn't put all 45 characters into the speech software. So to keep this from getting annoying, let me make a minor adjustment. Okay, so I added a reset before it sets the voice. So that should make any named character I haven't met go back to the stock voice. Portia, what the heck is this thing? I'm not really used to supernatural stuff. Posho, Poshu. Is this what you call a wormhole? A hole that connects here and there. Okay, now what? Huh, you say you're searching for a Hydra. Didn't you know they died out years ago? You won't find any of them here in El Nido now. If you're wondering what happened, just look around you. The ecosystem that kept the water clean has been destroyed. Now the water is just pools of acid. What once was a beautiful living woodland has now become a dead forest. Well, now you're an Arnie. What brings you to this quiet seaside village? There isn't much excitement there, but please relax and stay a while. That right? The record of a fate records everything for us, good or bad. So when the time comes for us to bid adieu, your life history will live on in the record of fate. Think of how terrible it would be if you left this world with no record of your existence. Okay, I know we're supposed to do something. I know it has something to do with the bee. There are two blue people in the party, and the auto distribute still gave cure to Sarge. Court, it felt like my body split into a very strange feeling. Lena, so we made it to the other world, right? Are you sure, sir? I still find it hard to believe. So the reason I switched to Lena He is because I know there is some kind of dialogue that happens when she meets herself. Lena He, that girl looks like me. Lena, how? Surprise? Well, there's something real deep behind all this. You should have Sargi explain it to you. When it's all over, of course. Lena. Lena. Whoa, it just seems so weird. I don't know what's going on, but good luck. Lena, you gotta leave it to me. Not that exciting, but it's unique.
Marge, then get your priorities straight and let her know how you feel. Understand, tomorrow is a new day. Who knows what will happen?
At the lowest pitch I have in the software. Sergey, don't beam into my Celine. Do you know about Lizard Rock, southwest of the village? I've heard that a Mother Komodo dragon comes out every once in a while. I've told Kiki numerous times not to play there, but she never listens to me. I guess kids will be kids. Yeah, we fought that already. WHAT, another me. And I wasn't a fisherman, and you really met this guy. You can't be serious, sounds like a dream to me. I'm another me, living a different life. But seriously, thank you, Serge. That's a load off my mind. Must pet all the cats. Pasha, me, I'm a bit busy right now. Maybe next time. Why, if it isn't Serge, didn't the village elders tell you not to come near here? Oh, you're with Lena. Well, I'm sure you'll be okay if she comes along ahead. Lena, Hea, what do you mean by that? Goofwell nothing. You want to go further into the forest, right? Well, if it's the three of you, I'm sure you'll be okay. Before you enter here, I'll give you a word of advice. The marshes are a maze full of poisonous monsters. Be prepared. Also, you noticed that a rare plant you'll only find growing in Hydra marshes. If you touch it and talk to it, it bends backwards for a little while to form a bridge. I think the dwarves may have planted them. See how they are strategically placed. I believe there's another way to bend them without actually having to touch them. I don't know the details, though. The dwarves dwelling in this forest would probably know, but they hate humans, they wouldn't tell us. Horch, what you doing standing there in a daze? I hate cold and clammy places. Besides, we ain't got time to sit and toast marshmallows, man. Horche, everybody down. Something big shut in our way. Lena, what was that thing? I can't believe this place. Korcha, did you just see a strange looking creature up ahead? Boba Biba, this Biba no place for humans. Biba go away, Biba off. Leave it to Biba, Biba call friend. Biba call another friend. Biba low revolution. No more a friend come. Biba no friend left, I be very lonely noi. Let's try that again. partial. Well, what was that thing? Me can't breathe the praise. This fight was so annoying. Bubba Biba, my Biba rice story here. I give you this, please. Forgive Biba. This Biba flute that is handed down in the Biba family. It Biba magical that calls Wingapede. It makes Wingap to be a good Wingapede. Bubba Biba at best Biba is, wide open space. Well, all Biba seeing ya. Surge found Biba flute. Looks like it's a slate. So here's an example where the filtering on the background does a disservice. You can't actually tell what depth the monster is on. Partial. A wide open space could this be it? Corcha Surge. Why don't Chautry blow in that flute? Torcha, so this is Wingipedine actually smaller than I thought. Partial, Sarkipu, why don't you try feeding it something? This thing is hitting too hard. I'll be right back.